Hey everyone, welcome back to ESL Challenger League Season 40, where we've got Third Impact going up against ATK. Third Impact winning map number 1 on Nuke 16-11, and we're jumping right into the action here. Map 2 on Inferno. This is Third Impact's map pick. That means they've taken their opponents on Nuke. Truth gonna get the opener. He had a rough time on Nuke, so he gets things kicked off on the right foot here, and then he finds himself a second, so big advantage for ATK, and now even better, since only Exceed is left standing in a 1v4.
Yeah, if Truth finds his form in this map, it's going to be a much different look from ATK and a much more challenging appearance for Third Impact. They're not going to have anything given to them for free anymore. There's not going to be a real weak point on ATK. And I think for Third Impact, things get a little more difficult. Exceed can actually get the bomb down here, though, which is a win in and of itself. We saw what ATK were able to do after this sort of situation on Nuke. Third Impact may very well find themselves in this. They think it's B?
Oh,
They think it's B?
how is this happening? How is this happening?
Surely they... Wait, no. Mistim was on arches. He had to have heard the sound, right? Like,
What?
there's no way he didn't.
Exceed could win this. I mean, time's running out. Do they even
Yeah.
have a kit? They have a kit. But man, that's a misread and a half.
I'm sure he's wondering what just happened. Oh no, that was bad. See, please.
Wow.
He got the bomb down. I'll give him that. But
Still, like, what a
man.
misread by ATK. They do have the time to get the defusal, but they are probably shaking their heads a little bit, wondering how on earth they didn't realize that one was planted at A. Like you said, there was a player missed it in position who should have been able to hear it. Maybe he couldn't have. Perhaps he didn't. And he, they honestly, legitimately had a reason to think it was at the B site, but still, it felt like they should have known where it was. Either way, like you said, Third Impact at the bomb plant, they don't choose to force up around it, which is a little surprising given the current meta, but Third Impact, maybe they want to get that full-on buy-up in round number 3. They do have a Deagle in the hands of Rizu. Everyone else on the Glocks, and a good chunky utility to work with at the very least. 3 flashes and 2 smokes. MOTM, though, on the other end for ATK, jumping up and down over that half wall, looking for information down Banana. As soon as he spots someone out, well, as soon as that smoke fades and he spots someone out, he'll probably re-smoke it, but he's just waiting for the information. Rizu is going to slowly but surely move his way up. He's got a couple of players taking the lead, but as it stands right now, still no frags on the board.
I really do like this call from Third Impact, though, because they'll get a full buy next round. I think that's what they were gunning for, because they didn't get enough kills to really get any Galils across the board. They decided to go for the next round buy, which I think is a really smart call. And it's theoretically the more safe play. Actually, they already got a kill. So there's something going the way of Third Impact. If they can get the bomb down here, that is more than enough done. And they actually might. Mistim's got overrun. No way. They could win this round now outright. They got an M4 and an MP9.
That is a huge misplay by Mistim, and now they're on the outside looking in. A couple of guns given the way of Third Impact, and Bowden's going to eat a bunch of utility. Whatever Third Impact has got left. Unfortunately, that means they have no utility left in this post plant. Bowden and Fady walking through. Rizu gets one, but only one. Fady is going to drop Rizu, leaving only Wiz to fend for himself with the Glock in his hands. He's just going to try and play a ring around the rosy and dodge the bullets here and dodge the players, but eventually Fady spots him out, and that will be the round for ATK. But man, oh man, what an expensive one for them. They lose 3 players. Third Impact at the bomb plant. They were saving as well, so their economy is just beautiful right now.
Oh yeah, Third Impact's money is flourishing, their confidence has to be as well, and ATK lost 2 of their 4 M4s they bought up in the last round. So they're going to be down to the bottom of the barrel in terms of economy here. As you can see, only Bowden really has any residual cash at 1,800. So if Third Impact are able to win this round, they set themselves up for that 2-round streak, as ATK are going to be on the double eco. So they're probably going to force up a Third Impact counter that well. It'll be well in their favor. Look what Grape has. He's got an op in round number 3 because of that damage dealt in the last round, because of that extra bomb plant. So Third Impact are in such a good spot to be able to get things going early on their T side of Inferno.
Yeah, and here's one thing for ATK that I noticed when they were playing the Party Astronauts. On pistol rounds, they're great. Converting the following rounds after pistols, fantastic. But once they get to the full-on buy-ups, that's when the struggles start to come through, and you see the opposing team kind of pick up the rounds and really get back into the action. So we'll see if that is a different story here, of course, here on Inferno. But so far, it has held true on Nuke as well. Viz, going to be going through here towards the B site. He's at the back side of it, though, because taking the lead is Exceed down Banana looking for some information. I just wanted to have a poke and a prod. Not committing to it, though, as they rotate back towards the A site. That said, ATK have 3 players here, so it's not going to be the easiest of takes, but the utility is on point here for third impact.
They're
Oh,
ready
they're going to...
for this.
I think they're going to rotate off.
Yeah, it's a fake. But it hasn't really worked.
Well,
There's still 2 players on B. But look at the utility left for ATK. It's down to 2 flashes. And neither of them are on B. This is the ideal scenario for third impact in terms of utility. If you can't, at the very least, buy the rotations over, you can go to the site without any of the utility here. Great swing for Mistum, though. He gets 2 for free. Now they're going to be tunnel visioned. MOTM has a prime opportunity. Drops down from Oranges. Rezu will trade back onto Mistum, but MOTM holds strong and gets the last 2. Will not be deterred. Up for Bowden into the next round, presumably. And ATK with that 3rd round straight are putting themselves in a good spot to not only establish some good economy after not losing anybody in that round, or they lost 1, so I'm not really going to count that too much in terms of the overall economic impact, but more importantly, they got a nice chance for a 4-0 start. Easy, strong start on the CT side. It's what they needed after Nuke.
I think the problem there for third impact, I liked it all the way up. I liked the strategy they were employing all the way up until they threw all the utility, then didn't leave someone behind to engage a little bit. This is just an eco round for third impact, and Mistim and Fady already get the opening 2 frags. MOTM can find another one through the smoke, but it's actually Truth to come in on the flank and drop Grape. That leaves only 2 players left standing, each on opposite sides of the map. Maybe a flank and come through from Dangerous here. He does get one, and then Viz finds Bowden. That makes it a 2v3, and Dane has all this positioning towards the A site. He can create a lot of chaos for ATK, and now they're going to have to wonder, is the bomb going to come around? Are we going to be able to deal with this? They push all the way down Banana. They spot out the bomb on Viz's back, so maybe that relieves a little bit of pressure towards the A site, and Mistim is waiting here at alt mid to do some damage should Viz choose to go there. But Viz is doubling back. He's going back towards T-Ramp. The thing is, his teammate Dane has been dropped, so now it's all up to him. And with his positioning known, this should be ATK closing it out, especially considering they're pintering it from all the angles, and indeed it will be. MOTM the headshot on Viz, 4-0 for ATK. Still a good fight from Third Impact, and just want to finish my thought there, Austin, since all the action happened so quickly. Third Impact were doing well on their execute with the utility, but you've got to leave someone behind to at least get a frag or do something, make some noise, and send the other 4 back to the B site. Because when you do that, if you find that frag, then it's a different story because ATK will see there's very little time left on the clock and they might rotate a player off B. But without that presence, ATK just held their ground and they really took down Third Impact very easily.
And even though the utility timing was off too on that take, so even with that, it just seemed to be a great idea up until the final execution for Third Impact on a lot of different situations and in a lot of different levels. So it does not work out for them. They'll be back on the buy, though this time the op back in the hands of Great. Mistum tagged down by the utility exchange out towards Banana down to 28, but a lot of heavy A presence. Truth can pop through the smoke, though nobody's really ready for it. Rezu was looking that direction, and Viz will pick off Truth, but Bowden's still here. He's got a lineup, but he only gets the leg shot. Viz gets 3 now as he sprays down 2. Fady and Mistum his next 2 victims, and it's all down to MOTM as Mistum falls to the hands of Dangerous. MOTM on the long rotation through the bridge. Is he going to even go for this in a 1v3? Does not know that Viz is so low either in the one-shot range. And Grape with the op can just post up. I don't even know if they know the op's in play here either. I don't think it's running out of shot for Third Impact. Finally can get something on the board. Viz will get caught out, and I think MOTM's just going to go for that economic damage and run away.
Yeah, so good job by Third Impact to take that A site. They've cracked the scoreboard in pretty much their second full-on buy, right? And MOTM will be surviving, as you mentioned, saving the AK. But, Third Impact going to be able to get a pretty decent buy up in this next round as well, since Exceed and Viz both had the 17-15 to the bank going into this one. So yeah, it's going to be a great one. Full utility more than likely. And MOTM, you see him? He nodded his head up and down. He's got the AK. Still happy his team is in the lead, of course.
Still in the lead, but that could very quickly shift away. That's the problem, John. Let's see how this round unfolds, though. Moss in the hands of Truth, opt for Bowden yet again. Only 2 kits for ATK. Grape looking for that opening pick towards middle. Bowden not going to go for that over peak, though. Trying to play the run instead. Trying to play it a lot more conservatively. A wise move. As a player up in bedroom round two. That's Truth, but he gets forced away. No real damage on the initial exchange, but a lot of control now. And the banana utility again going the way of Third Impact as Mistim's tagged down by 30. He'll tuck into logs once more. And MOTM's probably going to have to stick around a little bit longer to make sure his teammate can stay alive or try and get out faster. Truth is blind, but he's not going to get caught. That smoke walling off the op of Bowden. How is Rezu so low, though? I believe that was a leg shot or a wallbang shot by Bowden from Arches. Oh, that's a big pick, though. Exceed. They can spur back towards B, and I think that's what Third Impact want to do.
Yeah, Third Impact not hesitating to rotate back and forth here on Inferno between the A and the B side. Of course, very common since it's so easy to do, but Grape's going to get that big green out once more, and he drops Truth through the smoke, giving his team the two-man advantage now, and Third Impact really have so much space gained. They got a player going into Boiler now, and he'll be looking in towards Bracket. They've got one pushed all the way up Banana. MOTM could peek into the crosshair of Exceed, and he absolutely does. Nicely done for Exceed to hold that angle so patiently. And Bowden and Fady now, of course, isolated on each bomb site. It's going to take a heroic effort from Bowden here just to stave off this all-out push from Third Impact.
Good utility. They're not going to let anything go to waste. They know they've got 2 picks on this side already, so they don't want to even just let anything go to waste. Keep it clean and get it in their favor. Third Impact starting to really settle in now. At a moment on Nuke where they got 3 sprayed by Mistim by not clearing a corner. They don't want to let that happen again. I think that one is going to stick in their minds for a little bit, and I'm sure Coach will have something to say about it too when the demo of this match comes through in practice. But the guns will be saved for Bowden and Fady. Nobody really there to hunt for Third Impact, but 2 straight rounds is very good for him. And we'll see if ATK want to go for a half buy around these guns or even try and force up with them. But we haven't seen Bowden get activated with the op just yet, and that is a concern right now for me for ATK.
Yeah, a little bit. It's still in the early goings, of course, of this first half, but yeah, we want to see Bowden make a little bit more noise for his squad. Again, Bowden and Truth just arriving in Mexico to join up with the team, so expect a little bit of an adjustment period there. But Bowden did impress us in that first map, 19 and 16 scoreline on Nuke. And Truth, albeit he had a very, very slow start. I think he ended up getting 9 of his 12 frags in the second half, so he started to wake up there. And of course, in the early goings, not too shabby for ATK. One player I want to talk about, though, Grape. I think one of his first seasons dealing with the primary op duties, he was the frag leader on the squad with 24 on Nuke, plus 11 kill to death differential, and a 1.26 rating. So really good stuff there coming from Grape, and he continues to grab the big green here for Third Impact as they're looking to take a third, but Fady gets one. No trade. The trade does come through, but Truth manages to take down Dane right after that.
There's an AK down donated into the hands of Truth. There's still the op of the M4 too. Fady very low, but still. The op's over towards B. This is Bowden's chance to shine now, and he will get a nice dry peek from Viz, and he will not let that one go to waste. That's a free kill over to Bowden. It's a shot he'll hit every day of the week. Grape and Exceed now have to really make things happen all alone. Op and AK utility flying onto the side. House Flash is coming forward. Exceed, he's trying to entry in. Runs into a USP. Missed him, gets the kill. It was a counter flash from Bowden that gets him the free engagement. And now Grape in a 1v4. Not the gun he wants. Might even just toss this out of the map to avoid giving a double up over to the hands of ATK. Grape working his way around. In towards alt middle now goes Truth, trying to catch Grape. He could get the backstab here if he walks over the bridge and out through. Grape's got to be very careful as he tries to save the op back in spawn. I understand why he wants to do so. Team does have enough money for AKs in the next, and Grape has plenty of money in his own right. But if he loses, well, Truth did not spot him just yet, did he? I think he did, actually, and he's just going the long way around. This is a very smart play from Truth.
Yeah, Truth will have a very easy frag here since Grape is so locked in. He's going to hear the footsteps, though. Why are you making noise, Truth? Oh, man, he had him dead to rights. And now Grape is going to get that frag and likely save the op. Yes, he gets the frag on Fady as well. So a bit of a misplay there by Truth. Maybe he didn't spot him if he's making all that noise, right? But either way, ATK still managed to close out the round, but Grape saves the op into this next round, which would be very helpful considering the rest of his team will have enough money to fully buy up 4 AKs around that AWP versus ATK, who have an AK picked up from a couple of rounds ago, 3 A1Ss, and the op to round out their buy. 146 on the clock here, heading into round number 8. Much better start for ATK here than it was on Nuke.
Yeah, this is the strong start of the map, though, the strong side of the map. Bowden, though, gets that opening duel pushing out towards Carr. A good swap up to get him aggressive here. They had missed him going aggressive out towards B early. It was not working. Bowden, however, will find the first blood of the round. Man advantage for his squad. Rezu trying to work his way out through lane. Couple of players on the site, though, not to mention MOTM up on the balcony. The lane push is going to be hard to work for third impact, and Truth will shut down the first. A swing comes in, but MOTM's job works well. That's what his
Oh
spot's
man.
for. Beatty and Truth mop up the last two. ATK a strong hold. And third impact, this is time for attack here, boys. This is a terrible start for you. You need to slow things down and talk things over. And I think they're on the same page here. I believe they've just called a timeout. Yes, they have. And it is the right time because
Yep.
everything they're trying is getting stopped.
Honestly, yeah, and that was a hard read from ATK. They were full on expecting third impact to go for that push down truck side towards the A side, and they had 4 players stacked up on A. So, I mean, there's only so much third impact could do, and they just were lambs to the slaughter. Oof, ATK obviously putting up a very strong defense here on their CT side, but third impact will once more be buying up in this round. It won't be as strong as the previous one, but I think Grape can still get the op. Is that AK a misbuy? Or are they just going for a hero AK?
Um,
Okay, they're going for a hero AK in Rizu's hands, even though they had enough to go for a respectable force buy. I mean, it's going to be the AK, 2 Tech 9s, 2 Deagles, and a lot of utility. A couple of frags come through right away, so perhaps it's the right call.
I think it is, although I think Grape can also drop Rezu and AK into the next round, which is also part of the reason why they want to go for the hero rifle, the hero AK. But the fact is, they put themselves in a position to win this round with that double apps hall scrim from ATK getting shut down. 2-for-1 trade more than favors third impact in the scenario. They've now got 3 AKs to play with, and this is where things get real scary for ATK. Missed him the lone defender over on B, playing with a flashbang to just try and get himself back on site and stay alive in time to buy rotations to come forth. Most likely going to be MOTM as he's the closest. The peaks down middle from Bowden are going to give some information, but I believe Mistim has heard some information. He's heard some sound cues, and that's going to draw the rotation of MOTM and potentially Bowden as well. A gamble stack towards B. Will they hear it? They will not. They're going to go for the commitment here. Smokes are coming through. Molotov's going in. MOTM, is he going to smoke criminal this one? Yes, he is, but he's expected. Exceed and Dangerous getting those 2 kills. Bowden will find one and swap to the AK. He's smoked out, but he has a flash as well to work with. One piece of utility. Now will he try and save the AWP? It seems he will. Dangerous is around that CT side, though. Might be even holding for this play from Bowden. I don't know if they're necessarily going to put too much pressure on keeping the op out of the hands of ATK into the next round. It would be a nice bonus, but I think the more pressing concern is making sure they win the round. Bowden with a nice shot to keep the op alive. Will drop Dade in the end. But third impact on the hero rifle buy are going to pick up the round, and Grape thinks better of the hunt. Wise decision. Overall, though, what a play by third impact, and I believe it was a missed call by ATK
Yes.
too to go for the Halls play. Like, there's no need to go for the Halls play in that situation. You have such an advantage. And even if it's just pistols on the other side, there's still a high probability that if there's enough players there, you're going to lose that fight.
Yeah, over aggressive for ATK. There's no doubt in my mind towards alt mid losing 2 players, both in window room, and after that, third impact just picked up some guns. We're happy to oblige and get those last frags as well. 3 rounds on the board. It's great for their economy as well because they're able to get a full-on buy here, 4 AKs in the offer, back up and running. And even if they lose this round, they can probably still opt for a force buy. That might even be a full-on buy, given that Viz and Grape are both above 4 and 3K respectively. Exceed and Viz going to be rocking on forward here, down banana. The smoke keeps their vision a bit limited for the time being, but that will fade away. ATK have 2 players on B, 3 over on the A site, and they will throw a Molotov at the feet of Exceed, who does back away from it, taking minimum damage, and throws a flashbang to set up Viz for the peek. He comes around, but Bowden gets the timing right despite the flashbang and drops Viz.
Bowden's so on point with the op. He's really fun to watch. I have not really seen him play before, but I am very much liking what I'm seeing from him. In comes a spray from MOTM and Truth, though, and the collapse in towards brackets for third impact does not work. Their timeout only yields 1 round, unless Exceed and Grape can pull off the 2v5. Now a 1v5, as Bowden will not get caught off guard by a slow peek like that. Exceed now dead. All down to Grape in a situation we've seen him in before, just trying to save the op. just trying to get into the next round with something. There's really no window of opportunity and a flawless round potentially here from ATK. They're not going to hunt this either, which is something that I think is a good thing for Third Impact
Yep.
in the sense that they'll keep the op. There's no money for ATK, but it's not good in the sense that they can't really damage any of the economy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, look at the difference in this round, right? You just look at the mini map. ATK, instead of having two players dead at the front lines towards alt mid, everyone played it patiently. They forced Third Impact to walk into a crossfire towards bracket, and then two bodies fell right off the docket. So Third Impact just really have struggled in their rifle rounds. It's the eco rounds that have looked more effective, especially that one where they had the Vortec 9s and the Hero AK.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Perhaps they're just overthinking things, but as it stands, they're not winning the duels.
Yeah, they do have about a 48% win rate on T-setted rounds, so I'm not going to say it's par for the course. It's a little bit less than they would like, but their CT side is where they're better on this map, much like Nuke. The problem is ATK's Inferno, historically, their CT side is only about a 40% win rate. It's not their strong side. Now, Bowden's off, I think, is making a big difference, as well as some very strong setups from him. Look, the nade kill, too, comes in from Bowden. Great utility exchange by ATK down Banana. The first time they've actually won that this game so far. But Third Impact are struggling heavily, where ATK's T set on this map is where they really dominate. So, for Third Impact, I would say they need to get on the scoreboard now. They need to get up to 5, 6. I would say no less than 6, really realistically, to have a chance of winning this map. Or we're going to Mirage.
Yeah, and like let's not forget this is Third Impact's map pick, and it's a map that they feel very comfortable on. It's the one they play the most. They played it 16 times over the last 3 months. As MOTM's gonna swing around from Covey and delete Exceed and Rizu without much of a struggle. All right, Dane and Viz, the last two standing here, and they're just going to try and charge up down Banana. It's a good idea because there's only one player left on the B site. That's Bowden, but Bowden is a tough customer, and he answers the call with the frag on Dane. Oh, Viz is surrounded. No chance in hell for him as MOTM drops him, finding his third frag on the round. ATK have already taken this first half of action on Inferno by a scoreline of 8-3. I'm a little ahead of myself, but that's just how well ATK is playing right now.
Not to mention it's back-to-back flawlesses.
Yeah.
I mean, ATK is indeed playing so well right now. It almost seems like this map's already done and dusted in their favor.
Well,
I'm in the same sort of mindset as you, John.
it's
I think they
yeah,
should win it.
it's weird because Third Impact, 9-7 on this map, plus 11 round differential. You'd think that they'd have the edge, but honestly, I saw some good things from ATK in the Mythic Cup. They played Inferno twice. I think they went 1-1, but they looked good on it both times. Looked threatening against their opponents. So we'll have to see if that's a trend that will continue. Actually, excuse me, they won twice on Inferno in the Mythic Cup. So
Okay.
yeah, I think there's a lot of good stuff to come here from ATK on their Infernos.
I would definitely agree. It's a good sign from them right now. Fady, though, he can't get run over. Bowden's found one on the A side. Truth has fallen, though.
Eco.
It's all down to Bowden Master. He's rotating around the map, both on A and B, doing exactly what an op on CT Inferno should be doing. Being very unpredictable in where he's going to be playing. Rotations are already here, though, but rifles donated into the hands of Third Impact. M4 for Grape, AK for Rezu. Grape's playing over in towards the side, but Rezu's headshot shuts down the op of Bowden Master. Missed him rotating in, takes so much damage. The double up in pit is working well. More counter utility coming in from Third Impact to buy more time and enable more easy kills for the lesser firepowered teammates. Dangerous picks up, missed him in the end. It's all down to MOTM wondering where it went wrong as Third Impact are going to strike for another half buy, another broken buy victory. MOTM might be allowed to save. No. Exceed picks up the off en route. He'll shut down MOTM. Rifles into the hands of Third Impact, and it seems their pistol rounds are a little more impactful than when they have the buys you would expect to be the moneymaker.
I don't get it. I mean,
I don't
look,
either.
I mean, the last two victories they've had have been on their ecos, right? They had the Hero AK the previous time. This time it was just pistols walking right in. But I think it's because they're simplifying things in their ecos. They're not overthinking, and they're just going in for an execute. And I think they should just try doing that on their rifle buy-ups as well. Just try and take those fights. Good flashbangs being thrown here by Third Impact towards Banana. At least they're attracting the attention of ATK. But it appears as though something has given away what third impact's going to do. I know there was a smoke thrown towards Arch side, but they have 4 players again. Do ATK here towards A. Bowden misses the shot, but Mistim is right there to ensure that Exceed goes down. Good support from Mistim.
That's a good trade back, though, from Dane in towards Halls. He gets Fady, 4v4, the resu is low. There's still the damage exchanged on the Bowden after an uncharacteristic miss from him. Mistim's also in that little bit of rotation limbo where he's back towards A, then back towards B. He's going to commit towards the B site, two split. Wait, ATK have the read. Third Impact have done this before. They pressure over towards A, they don't find the success they want, then they'll go back towards B. ATK are reading this perfectly, like a book, like a bantha if you've been watching Book of Boba Fett. And now this is an exact opportunity for ATK to exact revenge. Odin strikes for 1, Mistim's here for 2, and Arezu is not going to be here for long. As Bowden swings that smoke, Mistim had a lot of the damage as well, and ATK strike right back, 9-4. 5 should be there for third impact, although the way things are going, they should stick to the Tech 9s because those seem to be working better for them. In fact, half of their rounds have come on Tech 9 buys.
I think you're absolutely right. They're too readable. They're going for the fakes, and every time when things don't work out on their first initial hit, they just rotate completely off the site and go for B in that case, and didn't work out at all. Bowden now gets the opening frag on Exceed. What a shot from him in the first 10 seconds of the round. 5v4 just like that. And ATK flirting with a 10th round victory. Viz is going to pop up from underpass. He looks for some targets, but Smoke is guising his vision both down banana and mid. So he's going to have to be a little more patient to try and find that response here for third impact. But again, I think it's a case of just outplaying yourselves if you're third impact, and ATK's CT side, to their credit, has been quite strong.
ATK's CT side has been incredibly strong, but a lot of that is built on the off presence of Odin Master, which is something you really want to have as a CT side team. You want to have that steady off presence, which can single-handedly shut down these takes. That opening pick is another great thing. The mid pick's been strong from Bowden. He's great on arches or on towards B. Now it's going to be ATK reading it again, going back to a 2-2 play, and maybe having Bowden in the fast rotation position back towards the B site once contact comes through. Grape's also been relatively silent on the off so far. Viz and Rezu have not been allowed to get to the game. Viz, you have mollies out. You have to be with your gun out. You cannot do that, son.
Oh boy. Third impact. Just going into the B site, not clearing their corners properly, and it's just been a rough first half. One to forget for the third impact side, and ATK an excellent bounce back after a very back and forth match of Nuke. 10-4, 15th and final round of play here in this first half.
Not the best of buys for TI. Couple AKs, Tech9's already down, missed him, an MOTM going ham out towards Banana. Farmin frags, a nade kill, drops the bomb, and Truth's pushed down middle. Try and execute the last couple. Grape lands one shot on the scout as small consolation, but an 11-4 half looks likely as I say that. Grape strikes second down, but can he smite a third? MOTM pushing down Banana, flashed in. Grape will get 3, but it was all for naught. We'll cut to the break. Half number 2. Can TI pull it back in a moment?
Gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, getting it up now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, go what it takes to fight back, don't stop until you back out. Give what you got, show him how to make a miracle. Stand up, go what it takes to fight back, don't stop until you back out. Give what you got, show him how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out. Stand up, go what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out. Give what you got, show him how to make a miracle. Stand up, go what it takes to fight back. I'm so sorry that I wasn't really there for me. 'Cause nobody else is showing any empathy. Rudely awake and quite undertaken. Did I do something wrong? Life isn't easy. Why did you leave me here with my thoughts alone? I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, 'cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. I'm so sorry that I didn't go to therapy. Thinking everybody, even you's an enemy. Brutally awake and quite undertaken. Did not do nothing wrong. Life isn't easy. Why did you leave me here to get drunk alone? And I don't wanna wake up messed up, 'cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I need you now, 'cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. If I am so wrong and so gone, miserable, won't you stick around?
Alrighty, we're back here with the second half of action between ATK and Third Impact. It's map 2, Third Impact's pick, and well, it's not going the way they anticipated, with ATK taking 11 rounds on their CT side. But Third Impact have their CT side to work with. And look at this start here. Rizu gets a couple. Viz drops one with the dual ease, ends up going down to MOTM. And now Rizu's going to pop around the corner, hopefully get a response here. But no, MOTM gets two. Missim finds one. He is the last one standing, but he has an opportunity to get this bomb plant. He's going to have two players rotating around. The smoke should guise off his attempt to get to the bomb site, and it does. He gets tagged down through the smoke to 46, and Exceed gets the trade. It got so close, closer than it had to, given how strong the start there was for Third Impact, but at the end of the day, they do win the round.
They do indeed, but it's very close, too close for comfort. Missed him, a very capable pistol player in his own right, almost pulled that back to a winning way for ATK. Bomb goes down nonetheless, and with 4 kills, they could definitely get themselves a strong buy-up. Missed him, AK armor purchased up, Bowden opting for the scout, a couple Galils as well for Fady and MOTM. Truth going for more of the utility with the MAC-10 in his hands. Double flash into smoke, singular flash and smoke for MOTM. 3 MP9s though and an M4 for Rezu. This is not exactly Third Impact preparing for a full onslaught you would expect. At the very least, they do have quite a bit of utility. But look at that mow down, Banana. Missed him, and MOTM combined for 2. They spray it down. They just let it rip, and they mop up the Banana aggression. Exceeds might get caught out. That's a good flick there on to Fady. It's a great recovery for him, and he has those dual Berettas in hand. Well, this is still not clean for Third Impact, but they do give themselves a bit of a chance there with that kill by Exceed.
Oh boy, yeah, a little over aggressive for Third Impact there on this second round buy-up. ATK bringing the rifles, of course, and man, oh man, I mean, oftentimes the second round buy-up for the T side looks better than the CT side, even when they lose the round prior. Bowden, gonna come around here. He impressed us with that AWP so far, both on Yuki and here on Inferno.
Why are they gamble stacking B?
Oh no, look at this. Third Impact have rotated completely off the A site. ATK have just painted them into a corner.
I don't understand the logic behind this, though.
I don't know.
There's been absolutely zero presence B. You already have 2. Is it just to save your guns here and go back at it next round with a little bit of a stronger buy? If that's the case, I get it, but
I think, I mean, there was a lot of utility usage from ATK towards the B site, then they doubled back towards A, but I'm not sure I follow the logic either, right? Because they have a couple of rifles and the scout, and they decide that you know, that's not enough to justify keeping one player on the A site. It was a gamble. It was a gamble to try and see if ATK would go to the B site. They didn't, but at the very least, Third Impact will save these 3 guns going to the next round. So it's not the worst case scenario. The problem is you're down 12-5, 7-round lead now for ATK. Despite that pistol round victory, ATK bounced right on back, and they're 4 away from sending us on over to the third map, which would be a decider on Mirage.
That's the power of those 4 spies after getting the bomb down on T side. It almost seems like it's better to get that bomb down and lose first
Yeah.
round T side because you also destroy the economy of your opponents too. It puts you in a really good spot. And there's a timeout called here. I'm going to assume it's a tactical by Third Impact. It is indeed a tactical by Third Impact, and I believe a well called tactical too, because they cannot really afford to lose too many more rounds, as you alluded to, John. Only 4 more required for ATK to punch a ticket to Mirage. And Third Impact want to bring it back, at the very least build some confidence up before, because it almost seems like an inevitability at this point, ATK
Yep.
get to 16. But they want to build up a little more confidence before they get to that point. And if they can bring it back or even to overtime or miraculously win it in regulation, as it would seem, this is a good start. You build your foundation now and you give yourself the best opportunity to win.
Third Impact forcing up around the rifles that were saved. It makes sense given that the buffs are pretty even. If you look at ATK going into a bonus round with the MP9 and the MAC-10, 2 AKs and the Galil, versus Third Impact having the MP9, the Galil, a Deagle, an A1S, and the Scout. Fady going to be waiting there towards alt mid. Oh, and you got a couple of players for ATK heading down mid themselves. So it's likely going to be an A hit here for ATK. They got the utility to go for it. Third Impact, only 2 players there. In fact, gambling for the time being that ATK would head towards the B site. You have to imagine the rotate off is going to come in soon, and indeed it does. Dangerous going to wrap right back around towards A, and perhaps they have a read here.
Yeah, I think they're ready for it. I think they're just going to go fast here. Third Impact going to go for the gamble. No reason not to. They got the tag already, and that player's already been finished off. Rezu helps out Grape. Dane still gets one on site, but missed him an MOTM. Get a couple more. Grape takes down a low HP player. He tags at the beginning of that MOTM. Exceed doesn't spot the player out. Balcony, though, and that leaves it all down to Viz in a 1v2. No kit for him, and I don't believe there's one down either. Fady jumps on top of Bicycle, but Viz will miss that opportunity in the early going. Knows where missed him is though, and a self molly will force missed him away on towards site. Fady will take that opportunity to rotate into mini pit and create more of a crossfire. One smoke for Viz, but it would reveal his position. Does he choose to use it? Viz holding, waiting for a peek. Does he save? Because at this point, he doesn't seem to have much of an initiative to go forward. Time is ticking. It's far gone. And he will save the M4 into the next round. ATK will grab a 13th. The timeout, the gamble stack. It does not work for Third Impact. They will not hunt this gun out of his hands, however. So small consolation to TI. ATK are inching ever closer to a third map on Fate on Mirage. And Third Impact looking powerless to stop this. Everything they try just goes awry. There has been no stability for them. Now, they just keep on getting dismantled. Such a good start by Grape, too. It just all comes crumbling down, and it's got to be very disheartening.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame for Third Impact. I think the round kind of hinged on Exceed and what he would end up doing in pit. He decides to swing around the smoke and support his player on site, then overlooks Balcony, and that was the mistake on his side. If he just holds Balcony around the edge of that smoke, he can probably tilt the round in Third Impact's favor, but once Fady takes him down, then it all falls towards ATK.
Yeah.
13-5 now.
4x3.
Third Impact, 3 USPs. The Deagle and the A1S save from the previous round. Maybe Viz can make some noise here and be a difference maker, but Dane goes down right off the docket. Foden dropping him. Truth gets another one, and Exceed does manage to get one back, but it's still a man advantage for ATK, and they've got all this space. They take the bodies down over on the A site. Viz does manage to get one on B, and that's a second as well for him. He's going to make it a 1v2, and the bomb is actually dropped towards T-spawn. If Viz charges all the way down Banana and tries to take the fights here, he could win this round.
He's not looking the right way, but he recovers, just not in time. If he had a little more health, he could have taken down Fady and maybe even won that 1v1 in the end, but the damage was too much for Viz to overcome. His heroics will fall 2 kills short of a round. Third Impact. One more round is a margin for error. They can only afford to lose one more.
Yeah.
It would still guarantee ATK at overtime at the very least. A round here for ATK would be the 15-5 scoreline. One which It's very difficult to overcome. Odin has that off on T set as well. Grape on the CT side has the big green too. But there's a distinct lack of defuse kits for third impact. We see a couple of players with helmets that could have bought a kit if they forego the helm armor. Instead would have gone for the defuse kit. It's a little more concerning. MOTM just got a little barbecued there, but he's still going to live. I like this nade pressure over. How is Rezu still alive after all of that?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I was gonna say, Rizu just surviving all the utility, and then he gets the opening frag. You gotta be kidding me. Great job by Rizu. I mean, the damage has been done here by ATK. Rizu down to 43, and Dane got tagged down to 15. But third impact still have that man advantage and Exceed tucked into Moto. It's a good opportunity to do damage on his end, but T decides to fall off. Vid throws the Molotov. I think that's the right decision because they got the support coming from Library. Grape takes down Mistem. Truth finds one. But it will still be a man advantage for third impact. ATK surrounding this A site. It will cause trouble if they check for Exceed, but they don't. And that is going to be very tough to recover from. But Fady gets a couple. Dane and Rizu go down, and Exceed manages to take down Fady. So Bowden, the last one standing. He will have a free and clear B site, though, to go and get the bomb plant. This one far from over.
Getting the bomb down to the B site with an op in his hands. This does not bode well for third impact. Bowden Master. He's watching towards CT, which actually could come up to play against him. But if he goes back to Coffins and holds his line towards Banana, this could be a much stronger position. Exceed has utility, but they're going in dry. Interesting decision. Now we'll use a smoke for the bomb, a flash high towards Garden. Odin's going to have to try and shut it down with op shots as the Ninja tries to come through. It's a 10-second defuse. Grape's holding, though, but Bowden gets the first. Swings for the second, does not connect the first. Knife is out, time is low, but it does not matter. Stabbed in the back, Grape has been squashed. And a 15-5 for ATK as they recover marvelously on map number 2, looking to shut this one down, go to Mirage, and try and get their first win of this fledgling ECL season. Or spy out from third impact, a Mag 7, 2 MP9s, a Scout, and an M4A1, a kit for Viz, momentum fully in the favor of ATK.
What a performance here for ATK on Inferno, the new addition, Bowden Master. Second place in the scoreboard with 18 frags behind MOTM, who's at 21, but Bowden was the one making a huge play in that one. Great read, going to the B site to get that bomb planted, and even better in the post plant, finding that opening frag and then saying, you know what, I'm just going to pull my knife out and take my chances with a backstab, and oh, what a call it was. 10 opportunities for ATK to wrap this one up. Viz gets a nice swag frag over at Banana, but it's all ATK. They've only got Dane and Grape left to deal with. Dane does manage to get one, but the B site is free and clear for the taking. Grape desperately fires a scout shot through the smoke, but doesn't connect on anything. And ATK, well, they have a big advantage, not only in positioning, but in firepower as well. Look at this Molotov burning away, keeping Grape at bay. Flashbang flies over the wall as this bomb gets planted. Bowden's going to find Dane, and Truth gets Grape. That's going to be the map. What a map it was from ATK, 16-5, as we head to a break before a final map of play.